Good morning, I'm Maribel Rodriguez and welcome to The Balancing Act. We have a sensible cleaning solution for your home and your family that's great for the environment too. And are you shopping for that new appliance? We'll show you how to get the most for your money with awesome appliance deals. Plus, we'll introduce you to a lady who has secrets for women to get ahead in life and in business. Get ready, we're going to kickstart your day on The Balancing Act. Well, it's time today to face the facts. Whether you want to or not, our environment is in trouble. We're all busy and stressed, but if we don't each help clean up our environment, we won't have one to live in, and staying busy won't even matter. Here to talk about some easy solutions to staying green is David Bach, author of Go Green, Live Rich, 50 Simple Ways to Save the Earth. David, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. It's great to be here. It's my pleasure.
So tell us, let's kick things off. What is a real problem facing us all in this world right now?
Well, a huge problem with the environment is that we're creating a ton of garbage. And one of the biggest sources of garbage is actually plastic, because the bulk of plastic is not recycled. In fact, we only recycle 7% right now. So what's happening is we're creating 60 billion pounds of plastic.
I can't even imagine how much that is.
It would fill up 82 Empire State Buildings. Wow. Just to kind of put that like visually in perspective.
Oh,
so we need to figure out how to use less plastic, and that's one of the things I'm here to talk about today.
So speaking of talking, you're representing Arm & Hammer today. Talk to us a little bit about the history of Arm & Hammer and some of the more significant environmental accomplishments.
Yeah, well, I'd love to. Well, Arm & Hammer is a company that we've all grown up with. We know their products. We love them. I mean, over 100 years ago, when they created this product, they created it with natural ingredients. They've been a huge proponent. Back in 1970, Earth Day came out. Most people think Earth Day is recent, but Earth Day started in 1970. They were the first sponsor of it. They've done so much on the environment. One of the things they did in 1987 was they actually helped clean the Statue of Liberty. People don't know that with their commercial baking soda product.
So David, what has Arm & Hammer done over the years with their products to make them environmentally sensible?
When you go back and look at baking soda, that product we grew up with, the packaging, they used recycled paper 100 years ago. Now, companies weren't thinking about the environment 100 years ago, so they were.
Way ahead.
So that's really kind of made them a pioneer. In 1970, they came up with a laundry detergent that's phosphate-free.
Wow.
Yeah, non-polluting. So, again, thinking about the environment decades ago.
Helping the environment, and no doubt we all have to put our part, whether young or old. Recycling plays a huge part. But what can you tell me about recycling that'll help me change my view about it? Because sometimes it can become a chore. Well,
I think one of the things you can do when you buy cleaning products is think about the packaging. So like when you look at Arm & Hammer's Essentials, because you're going to use less plastic, you actually have less that you have to recycle. So that's a great place to start. Again, this packaging, if you use an Arm & Hammer Essentials cleaning product and you use this bottle for the 7 times that they recommend with these little cartridges, you're going to cut down the amount of plastic that your family's creating by 80%. And then again, once you run through the product, you use the refillable cartridges, which come in packages of 2 like this, and you can use this for up to 2 years, 7 times.
You're saving more and wasting less. How does it work exactly?
Really simple. Again, when you go in the stores, you'll notice this because it's the first time you're going to see a clean product with nothing in it.
You'll be like, what is that?
You know, so you'll notice this really kind of sticks out. You'll take this home, you take this little cartridge, you fill it up with water, you turn it on like a little twist here at the top, and finished. It's actually really cool. And what they've done is they've created 3 different products. Now, I use the Essentials multi-surface product on just about everything other than wood. This product is amazing. I've tested all the green cleaning products. This is the best one.
It smells great.
It smells great. It's the best one I've honestly ever used, and I'm a fanatical when it comes to cleaning. This is their glass product, and this is their product for the stove. You know, if you've got grease, it's their degreaser product. So they've created a whole line for the entire really household. And again, the things I love about it, really simple. It's one, good for the planet, which is healthier for your family. It saves you money. And you're cutting down the plastic that we're creating right now in this not just this country, but really in the world.
Where can they go for more information?
Oh, really easy. They can go to Arm & Hammer's website, which is armandhammeressentials.com. All the information on these products are on there.
David, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for putting into perspective how Arm & Hammer has become a premier brand in our homes.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Make sure you visit thebalancingAct.com all January long. Every day we're giving away a complete set of Arm & Hammer Essentials cleaning products for your home. Just log on and enter for your chance to win.
Next, we'll tell you how to get the most for your money in buying a major appliance. Well, stretching our dollar is a top priority for all of us these days. So the Balancing Act has invited Lori Wood, laundry buyer, and Michael Burdi, refrigerator buyer, both with Sears, to help us save some green on our next appliance purchase. Thank you again for joining us here this morning. We really appreciate you being here, and show me the money. Because I think that's good morning, and I think that's a mantra, though, that a lot of Americans are chanting these days. And I guess the question for you, Lori, is price and value. Is it possible to have it both?
Absolutely. You know, value is different to every consumer, and we offer over 3,600 appliances at Sears, so we really do have a value that's meaningful to every consumer, no matter what their budget is, no matter what the size of their wallet is. We have great products at every price point, from the top of the line down to whatever price point the customer's interested in spending.
All right, and you know, and I was kind of smiling when I said it, but really times are tough for a lot of us out there. And so, Michael, do we have to sacrifice performance for price?
Absolutely not. I mean, you don't have to sacrifice performance. You're probably going to have to sacrifice some features if you're on a budget, but that's okay. I think really what it's going to come down to is having to do a little bit more research ahead of time, really trying to understand what features you have to have and which features you can live without.
I think that's what I was going to ask you. How important is it to do your research, especially in these economic times?
I think, you know, without doubt, you know, it's an appliance you're going to want to live with for a long time. You want to make sure that you're going to be satisfied with the appliance, and then it's going to meet all of your needs. So definitely doing research ahead of time, making sure that if you're on a budget, you're going to get all of the features that you expect to get out of the appliance.
You know, it seems like every day a new energy-efficient appliance pops up. More and more people are thinking about this. More and more consumers are heading towards buying these kinds of products. Lori, talk to me a little bit about the benefits.
You know what, it's a great way to go when you buy a new appliance, and it is an appliance, like Mike said, that you're going to have for a very long time. Today's appliances are more energy efficient than they have ever been, and in addition to saving water and saving energy, which is so important, it saves you money. So your utility bills are less, your water bills are less. But the machines on the market today, like dishwashers that use so much less water, they actually use less water than if you wash dishes by hand.
Really?
Absolutely. And I mean, washing machines, you can fit 25 bath towels in one load, so you're doing that many fewer loads of laundry. They spin so fast that they take most of the moisture out of the clothes, so you're using your dryer for a lot less time.
Interesting.
The appliance industry has come a long way, and it's real interesting to see all the things they've done to help save both water and energy.
You know, and I think the other thing that a lot of us out there are worried about is value. Great value is important, but I guess the next question has to do with warranties and service and that kind of thing, because sometimes people think you may compromise one for the other.
Sure. You know, one good thing about purchasing an appliance at Sears is the fact that we have our own service organization. And when you make a purchase at Sears, your appliance is covered for a full year, have 24 hours, 7 days a week, support on the phone, and certainly if you need service, we have 10,000 trained technicians that are available 7 days a week for service.
So how does Sears stack up to its competitors in terms of affordability, in terms of quality?
You know what, we would like to tell you that we're the leader in the industry as far as selection of appliances overall, as far as selection of Energy Star appliances, and with a service organization like Mike just referenced, we can give you service and assurance with our price match that no one else can do.
Where could we go for more information?
www.sears.com.
All right, Lori, Michael, good to see you again.
Nice seeing you. Thank you.
Well,
Thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Sealing air leaks and adding insulation where needed are the cheapest and quickest energy improvements you can make to your home. The EPA says you can save up to 20%, that is several $100s or more each year on your utility bills, because you won't be paying to heat or cool air that then escapes from your house.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Kim Alexis with Danielle Knox. An epidemic is attacking the youth, and we must put an end to it.
Yeah, pretty serious subject here, Kim. There are over 9 million children in this country that are suffering from obesity. Alarming forecasts project that if something is not done immediately to help address this growing problem, a whole generation will become twice as heavy as its parents and grandparents. And just think about the health consequences. They're going to be devastating.
Yes, definitely. And well, here to discuss the topic with us is Beverly Rothstein. She's president and founder of Your Slim Vision. It's a program helping teens achieve and maintain their optimum weight. Welcome.
Hi, nice to be here.
Nice to have you with us, and this really is a serious subject. How has this epidemic gotten so out of hand?
It's been a question of the availability of fast food. Parents are working, the kids just grab something to eat. Nobody is actually supervising what the children are eating, and eventually their habits are formed, and they just grab whatever they want to eat in large quantities.
This is sad. This is really sad.
Obesity has gotten so rampant that 15-year-olds have liver problems, cholesterol problems, arthritis. All of these things are health consequences for the next generation. Right. So the time is now to change those habits in teens, to make them have a different mindset and therefore become adults that are not plagued with all of these ills.
Right. So what you're saying is that you think that the mind is what's helping to control weight gain.
Absolutely, absolutely. Your subconscious mind is 88% of your mind. You do things that you're not even really aware of. They're habits.
You mean like the eating while you're busy watching TV?
Exactly, or doing homework.
It's subconscious, right?
It's subconscious.
All right, we have about 30 seconds left. Let's get to the DVD. Very quickly, tell us how this works.
Okay. The DVD part of the program, which is the basic part of the program, is 15 minutes. It shows the individual child what a good situation is and what the poor situation is. And done scientifically with special images, it changes how they visualize subconsciously what they're eating, how they eat, and how they feel. And it helps them feel better physically, emotionally, and just gives them better feelings. Their self-confidence goes up.
Beverly, a lot of great information.
Yes.
If we want to know more, because there's probably more to learn, where do we go?
Okay, you can go to my website, which is yourslimvision.com. On there you'll find out all about the product, testimonials, etc. And I also have an adult program there too.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, look at us, we like that. So it's all in our mind.
It's
really.
all in our minds, not in our hips.
No, all in
All
our
right, thank you, Beverly.
Thank you very much.
Want more of The Balancing Act? You can find all these great stories and then some. Just log on to thebalancingact.com.
Got mildew? We've got a solution for you. Up next. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Kim and I were just sitting here having this really interesting conversation because you know, and she's laughing because you know the blackish, pinkish, orange-like stuff on the lining of your tub. It's that colorful something that you have to drench in cleaning product and scrub away with fine bristles as you bend your back out of shape. What are we talking about here, Kim?
That is mildew.
Oh, gosh.
And I have cute little mildew facts.
Oh, let's hear
Let me
'em.
show you. Do you know approximately 100,000 species of mildew exist?
Okay.
And it can be any color you said, black, orange, green, or white. Okay. Gross. It can be transported by insects, animals, or by the air.
Interesting.
So,
I didn't know the insect.
Yeah. So we're not bad house cleaners.
Yeah, no.
Mildew requires oxygen, water, and a food source, sort of like soap scum or body oil.
Right,
or even construction materials, they say.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it flourishes in a humidity temperature range of 70 to 90 degrees, which is what?
That makes sense. That's your kitchen and your bathroom. Yeah, and you know, and that's the thing I always find interesting is the fact that, you know, kitchens and bathrooms are breeding grounds for mildew, and it has a lot to do with what you said, the fact that it's so humid in there.
So again, it's not our fault.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to take responsibility for the mildew that's in Kim's bath. No, I'm joking. But you know what, on a more serious note, you know, and I know a lot of parents out there probably feel the same way, you really don't want your family exposed to any of that because mildew organisms can cause respiratory problems and allergies. And so, you know, for a lot of families who have children who are already allergy sufferers, that's one less thing that you want to have to worry about.
Right, exactly. It's just not good for them to have to deal with all that.
No, not at all.
So there are ways to get rid of our mildew problems.
Okay. What can we do?
There is this new product. It's called mildew-free sealant. And what you do is literally replace the grout that you already have in your around your kitchen sink and around your bathtubs, which is where that mildew collects. And you put this in instead. And it actually is very easy. You do have to remove the old grouting.
Okay.
And what you do is make sure the surface is dry and put this on. and you have to leave it for 24 or 48 hours before you get it wet again.
So you have to wait for it to dry, let it cure.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, the great thing I like about this too is the fact that it does clean up very easily. It cleans up with soap and water, so that's it. Just let it.
And it lasts for 7 years. So they have a, you know, you're going to be mildew resistant for 7 years.
That's a
big deal.
Great thing. And I know for a lot of families and a lot of parents out there, you really want to be in a situation where you're doing the best things you can for your family, that you're finding solutions to a lot of the problems that we have. And I know mildew for a lot of us out there is a pretty big problem, especially as we said in our kitchens and our baths. And so
we don't think it's really harmful sometimes. We sort of just think it's something that's just a color, or we don't really realize. I mean, when you look at those pictures of these little animals, it's bad.
Right.
I mean, if we had a microscope, we'd be horrified.
Oh, I absolutely know that I would be. And I know one of the great things about this product is that you can find it in a lot of stores, right? It's available in a lot of areas.
Hardware stores, right.
Hardware stores. We can also find it online at sashcosealants.com, sashcosealants.com. It's available at most Ace, True Value, as well as Do It Best locations, or you can check your local hardware retailer.
Yes. And
Alrighty.
then we will not have colored mildew any longer.
No more black mildew for us, Miss Kim. But it's good stuff, though, I guess.
Research shows tomatoes are loaded with the nutrient lycopene and are terrific heart and blood food. The tomato has 4 chambers and is red, just like our hearts. Lycopene has made headlines recently for its antioxidant qualities. Tomatoes also have vitamins A, B, and C.
Join our online community by logging on to thebalancingact.com and clicking on the Multiply banner. Interact with the show producers, discuss features you've seen, and you'll have some great conversation starters.
Coming up next, how one woman's meaningful connections and achievements inspired millions worldwide. Stay tuned. Well, as women know, both in business and in life, it can sometimes be tough to achieve your goals. Many young women want to succeed. They've got the passion and the brains, but they need to be empowered. But just how does that happen? Our guest, Yvonne Boyce, a motivational speaker and entrepreneur, represents the United States, speaking to women all around the world on how to overcome their obstacles to success and find the right networking groups and mentors to help you grow both personally and professionally. Yvonne, we really appreciate you being here with us this morning.
My pleasure.
You are, by all accounts, a very successful entrepreneur, but what does it take, Yvonne, to be a successful leader?
The confidence that you can do it and that you can achieve that role.
And you obviously have done that. You've got the confidence to achieve that role. Tell me a little bit more about how you gained your financial success and what you've done with what you've gained.
Well, unfortunately, my husband passed away 15 years ago, and I was left with a 70,000 square foot shopping center that I had to learn how to maintain and become successful.
With no experience whatsoever before that.
Absolutely. that wasn't my field of expertise. But I knew I needed to learn the business, so that because that was my only source of income, and if I didn't learn that, I was not going to succeed in life.
Now, I know you had a pretty incredible experience when you went to Abu Dhabi. Tell me about that.
Well, I chair the Palm Beach International Film Festival, and when I was in Abu Dhabi, the Moroccan delegation came and asked me if I had any thoughts on how women could be portrayed in film in a better light in their country of Morocco. So I came up with an idea of having a contest. And so I went and spoke at their Marrakesh Film Festival and offered this contest to the filmmakers. And I followed a filmmaker who said that women in Morocco had always been portrayed as victims. That's the way it always was. That's the way it was going to continue to be. And that's all he had to say, and he was sitting down.
And you followed him.
Yes. And then I was introduced.
Right.
At which point, all of my prepared remarks went out the window, and I said, ladies, you do not have to believe this. This is not the truth about women, and you do not have to believe what he has to say, nor do you have to accept it, because we do not have to be victims.
You know, you've done a lot of great things. You've received a lot of accolades, and I know sometimes it's tough to talk about all the great things you've done, but talk to me a little bit about that, because it's so impressive.
Well, I've just been named to the National Trust of the National Endowment for the Humanities in Washington, D.C., and that's been a great thing, because our new project is called Picturing America, and it goes into all of the schools around the country. And it's so marvelous because it tells our history of our country through pictures for our school children. Fortunately, a few months ago, I was given the President's Volunteer Award for volunteering over 4,000 hours in the community. So I'm very, very proud of that.
Well, you know, everywhere you go, you're so easy to relate to. Why do you think that is, and what do you think makes you a successful motivator?
Well, because I've traveled to 150 different countries. I own a travel agency, and I find that women, regardless of where we go in the rest of the world, we all have the same wants and desires. We all want peace on this earth. We all want a better life for our children and our grandchildren, and we want to help other women to succeed, because that's what it's all about, giving back to one another.
It certainly is. Yvonne Boyce, thank you so much. We appreciate you for being with us.
My pleasure.
Do you have lots of photos? Do you have lots of friends? Celebrate all the good times you had on that trip, at that event, during the celebration, by turning those photos into something even more special, a custom photo book. Order one for you and all your friends use Social Butterfly U.
I'm Maribel Rodriguez, and thanks for joining me on The Balancing Act. Join us on Monday for the first part of my exclusive interview with tennis superstar Andy Roddick, where he reveals his personal and professional loves. Don't miss it.